line. I was just like, what is the world coming to in terms of things that entertain people, or like, for example, I was trying to share, I'm sure you've seen my toy drive that I was doing and the blood drive that I was doing, and getting people to share that stuff was like pulling teeth. Yet people will do this challenge. They'll take the time out of their life to make fun of Soulja Boy.
Of course, because it's trending.
Yeah, right. And it's like, what? It just blows my mind what people will actually cling to in terms of sharing things and trending things on social media. To be honest, social media has opened up doors that wouldn't otherwise be possible in terms of communication. But
if it wasn't for smartphones and social media, everything, the world would be like standstill.
I don't think anybody would know how to spell anymore.
They don't.
To be honest, I think spell check is just taken over. Like, I think that if we were to actually put a good majority of people who spend a lot of time on Facebook through a spelling test, they would fail.
I don't even think if you put a pen and paper together, they wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I think people forgot how to write.
Yeah, they forgot, exactly. To be honest, I'm just like, I get it, social media really allows you to connect with people on the other side of the world, but come on, people, pick up a pen and paper. It's just like, I honestly miss receiving mail and, those cards and letters in the mail. It's like now people just text you. That's it.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, hey, Merry Christmas. It's like nobody comes to dinner anymore. They just text you. It's like, why?
Or if someone changes their phone number, they'll tell you. And you get a random text message saying, hey, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Who are you?
Yeah. Or better yet, you see the social media post, hey, I'm changing my number. Personal message me if you want it. And if you don't personal message, you don't know how or where or how or what happened to them, and you don't have a new number. It's like if you're...
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're not on social media, you're cut. That's too funny. What was the other thing I was looking at online? It was kind of bizarre. It was a lady from New Brunswick. I guess she had lost her 12-year-old German Shepherd. He's been missing for, I don't know how long exactly, but somebody called and said they found this dog and that they wouldn't give it back unless they collected a ransom off of her. Can you believe that?
That was the same thing here. It happened, I think it was since around September, October in Toronto. An elderly man, a retiree, he had his dog.
Yep.
But the dog, I guess, got loose and got picked up by city workers. Someone went to the pound and adopted the dog. But no one, this old man didn't know where his dog went.
Right.
So finally they tracked down that that dog belonged to that old man. That person didn't want to give up the dog.
Oh, Lord. What, because there was fees involved with adopting it?
No, they didn't want to keep the dog. I'm not giving up the dog. I paid for it. I want the dog. It's my dog now. My family pet.
Oh, Lord.
So someone, same thing. They had to pay I think like $5,000 to get the dog back.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's a hefty price for a dog that was already yours.
It wasn't the old man that paid. It was some generous stranger just felt bad and.
Wow. Actually, you know what? I think I seen that on the news. It was it a brown dog? He was a boxer or something of that extent? Yeah, okay. I think I did see that. That's just cruel. That is just overly mean. Like, I couldn't imagine finding somebody's family pet, and God forbid they've got children or something that have, fallen in love with this family member, and now you're going to withhold it because you paid for it. Like, I think the nice, kind thing to do would just to random act of kindness, give it back, Here
you go, yeah, and let the city say, what, we have another dog here you go, free of charge.
Yeah, maybe get the city SPCA or animal shelter involved to, kind of repay the guy who's bought it and get that dog back to its rightful owner. Come on, people, have a heart.
No, the family wanted $5,000 as basically like a ransom, saying, no, we'll take it, but here's the money.
That's just terrible. Absolutely terrible. Well, I didn't read the full story. I hope that lady from New Brunswick got her dog back and didn't have to pay a pretty penny for it. People, if you're stealing dogs and collecting them for ransom, just give it up. It's not a job. Go get a real one.
If you're in New Brunswick, there's more moose there's people. She just grab a moose if you have their residence.
I know, right? There's plenty of nicer, funner looking animals out there that they could have kidnapped. Like, why it's somebody else's 12-year-old German Shepherd? Come on, people.
Yeah, it's 12-year-old, which means it's 1 foot already into the grave.
Yeah, no, really, though. It's not really... it's cruel to say, but why would you want a 12-year-old dog anyway so badly? I mean, I get it that there's probably just the money in it, and they were hoping this poor old lady was going to, cough up some money and call it a day, but...
People always take advantage of the older people, think that they don't know better, and they'll just give it up.
Well, and the biggest thing with older people, elderly people, they believe in, their rights and calling the police and stuff. Did you not think that this woman was going to contact her local police services and say, somebody just called me for ransom for my dog? Like,
Well, of course not. Why would they think that? No.
just stupidity. I think it's just dumb. Like, how could you not contemplate or even consider that outcome? It's just, I can't understand it.
But then again, you're not out east, right? They're not, the swiftest.
Yeah, I had a friend actually whose father was from Newfoundland, and I always say that they are the funniest people. Not in any bad way. They are just so quick spoken. They talk real fast, and you can hardly understand a word that they say half the time, and they've got all these slang versions of different words, and it's like a whole other language out there. It's so funny.
It definitely is.
Too funny. Another thing I was looking at too, Carrie Fisher and her daughter Debbie Reynolds dying a day apart. That's just craziness. Like, I'm having a hard time understanding that, to be honest. Like, that's, either crazy timing or, like...
Well, what happened was Carrie Fisher passed away, and then her mother was already sick, was elderly sick, and she started planning the daughter's funeral, and she had a stroke.
Wow.
Planning the daughter's funeral.
It just goes to show that, like, it's crazy how things happen. You really got to take advantage of life and soak it in while it's there and really
live life to the fullest every day.
Yeah.
You never know when is your last.
Tell those people that every day, those people you love, you wake up and you tell them you love them, because you never know if that's going to be the last time you get to. That would be definitely the biggest lesson from reading that. It was a very, very big eye opener, I think. Like, I remember, this is a totally weird comparison, so excuse me for this, and I'm not trying to be rude in any way towards the deceased and that kind of stuff, but when my grandparents, when I was younger, they had these two cats, and they were brother and sister, and the brother got really, really sick and had this weird eating disorder and whatever, and ended up pretty much just passing away from almost starving himself, right? Now, the female cat kind of just went into hiding the next day, and it was weird. She ended up passing literally, I think it was 2 or 3 days after the one. And it was almost like that bond, and then the separation of that person other attachment that they had being gone. It was so heartbreaking that, it almost died of a broken heart, and
it happens. It happens with the elderly sometimes.
Yeah, it just goes to show that...
away, and within, days, months, very quickly, the other person passed away as well.
Yeah, no, when they say that stuff is actually, almost a proven fact and quite accurate and true, I think that they're pretty dead on with that, because it seems a little coincidental for me to, hear that a mother and a daughter die a day apart. That's a little bit more than being sick, I think. That's not coincidental. That's just craziness.
No. Well, let's change the subject to something happiness.
Yes.
Definitely topic change. You mentioned about your events that you have at the blood donor event.
Yes.
Did you want any other events you have coming up? Because I do have a couple as well that we can discuss and talk about. For sure.
Okay. So actually, I just posted something online that I want to get going. My 25th birthday is coming up in March. And
March what?
March 25th.
Okay, because mine's March 14th.
Oh, no way. That's so awesome. Maybe we'll do a little birthday show before, sometime in between.
Definitely.
That'd be awesome. That's great. But so for my 25th birthday, I've asked everybody, there's one thing that I want, and I want to do a big party at one of the clinics for blood donation. Like I was saying, my daughter actually has extremely rare blood disorder, and she depends on people donating blood to live. So I thought that it would be kind of a fun way to get people together and to come donate blood. So my birthday wish for this year would be to have 25 people, one person for each day or each year that I've been alive, come in and donate blood on behalf of my daughter Carmela. So I will be arranging an event page for that, and anybody who's interested, come out and join us. We're gonna have cake and ice cream.
Orange juice, cake, and ice cream sounds like a plan.
Right? I'm just like, you know what? It's to be honest, I wanted to put a fun spin on donating blood and kind of, turn it into something that is not so...
Should be done on a regular basis regardless.
Exactly, right? If I can throw a birthday party to donate blood, you can walk in any day now. Right? To be honest, I wanted to just put as fun of a twist on it as I could and add kind of a a fun, catchy way to have people come in and donate. So hopefully it works.
Sounds like fun. On the note of events, I have an event coming up as well. It's on February 5th.
Okay.
It's actually a bridal show since I'm in the wedding industry.
Nice.
Now it's time. People are planning their wedding and booking since they got engaged over to Christmas and so forth.
Of course.
So usually January, February is the bridal show season. And then again in the fall, so it's August, September, October.
Well, I'm getting married, so I should have to come out and check this.
So this one is one that I'm personally hosting. It's going to be at the Riviera Park, which is in Vaughan.
Okay.
It's free admission, so everyone who wants to come, you don't have to pay. It's free to get in, free parking.
Nice.
We're going to have 100 vendors within the industry, so everyone that works from photographers to caterers to cake decorators, videographers, DJ. There's one DJ company. So
it's pretty much like an all-in-one wedding expo kind of stuff.
One-stop shop for everything you need to do.
That's amazing.
The best part is it's free to get in.
Yeah, I mean, you can't complain about free presentation for, 100 different vendors that could potentially be your oh my God, wow, I needed this in my wedding, right?
And it's not even just for weddings. Like even if someone who's planning a birthday, like a sweet 16, a quinceañera, any kind of event that you think that you would have one of these vendors that you would need. Yep. It's there.
Definitely. No, you know what? And that's
one-stop shop.
It's a very diverse way to look at it, too, because a lot of people are going to look at it and go, oh, wedding expo, I'm not getting married, or I'm already married, I don't need to be there. But you never really know what kind of, assistance and different resources you're going to need for other party planning and stuff, too.
Exactly. It's not just for weddings. Like that's, the majority of it, but it's not just because it's events. Any kind of event that you would think that you would have any kind of vendor there, photographer, DJ, cake person, anything, flowers, florists, like we talked about before, people passing away. Well, you need a florist to send flowers. Yeah. Well, you can connect with a florist.
Absolutely. It's great for networking, even for, business people and stuff too. If you're into event planning or stuff like that, and you're looking to connect with other professionals locally to you, I'd probably be a great place to do so too, eh?
Exactly.
Awesome. So I probably will get that information again from you so we can post it on the website and let everybody know when and where that will be taking place. Again, in case they didn't catch it on the show here and they didn't get to meet you tonight, we will keep you guys posted on all these big upcoming events and stuff, because to be honest, you know what, there's so much going to be coming up in the next couple of months, given that, like you said, this is the beginning of the year, and then we're going to be, rolling into spring and then to summer, and you know what, between parties and events and weddings and all kinds of stuff, there's going to be a lot going on in the GTA.
Valentine's Day is just around the corner as well. There's quite a few events that I'm part of that we're going to make it a combination, put everything together.
That's awesome. You know what? To be honest, I used to dread Valentine's Day. I always used to say I was the one that was like not the mushy romantic type. I'd kind of like every time I'd see somebody go buy their girlfriend a bouquet of flowers, I'd be like, oh God, stop. But you know what? To be honest, like, now that I'm getting married and I've got that special person in my life, those kinds of days are important, right? Valentine's Day, a lot of these men out there are forgetting. I'm kidding. Women are just as guilty.
One of the events I'm doing is a dinner dance. I got to go there with my wife or girlfriend or whatever. No, you can come there single because there's single people there.
Right. It's a great place to meet your new somebody.
You get a sit-down dinner, like a wedding, and an open bar.
Open bar, yeah.
And for a very minimal price that you can go to a club and spend 10 times the money. And you're having a good time. Absolutely.
It's kind of like an all-in-one, already, set to go event that you just kind of show up and plop yourself into.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
And another networking, but networking in the love department.
Yeah, you know what? And to be honest, I find there's a lot of people out there, this generation especially, I find anybody who was born 2000 plus, I've been looking at statistics and stuff lately, and there's been this big stink about how anybody born in the year 2000 and up is probably likely not considering having children or being married or any of that, because everything has turned into such a it's very blah. People's love lives nowadays, because social media and everything's made everything so easy, people aren't as creative. There's no picking up and in a suit and tie and get a limo and go to your prom kind of thing. It's kind of just hey, what's up? Let's go watch a movie.
They'll go to the prom, but they'll both have their phones with them.
Yeah.
They'll both look at the phones.
Yeah, we're taking pictures or selfies in the bathroom.
Yeah, you can go to any restaurant or any bar or whatever. You can look at, you can tell who's on a date, who's not on a date.
There was this one thing.
People are just on their phones.
And that was one of the things I read, actually,